Hello everyone, Manaboy here. I just wanted to say thank you everyone for giving my last video 10,000 views and so many likes, and I got a couple subscribers out of it. That was the best video I've ever done on any of my YouTube channels. I really do appreciate that. Thank you for everything. And I've decided I'm going to make my next video based on the comment that a viewer had left last time, as I had realized that that is a very interesting mechanic and it's very unique. If you don't know, you can essentially start crafting your healing items, and because you're crafting healing items, you gain experience in first aid. And when you're getting experience in first aid, you can more quickly level that skill up. Thinking about this for just a minute, that is actually really difficult to level up. And if you can combine this with a couple of synergies, it could be one of the better choices in the game as far as jobs go. And I started realizing, like, okay, wait a minute. All right, so that job, since you are using this to make a bunch of healing items, you obviously want to use those healing items to heal people. And because you're healing people and you're getting all this XP, and you're trying to gain that XP, obviously you're the healer of the group. You're the healer. You gotta be probably the one healing all of the people. And you're probably also going to be the first one to reach the final level 20 perk for first aid. So that allows you to get an extra res on anybody you resurrect on your team. To start off this build, we're going to obviously have to grab the Epimedical Biopneumaticist. Then we're going to have to look at traits. And I'm going to just choose two traits that immediately work super well with this. Hemophilia and Slow Healer. We obviously would need to craft more healing items and carry them on us to overcome these, but that's okay. We were already planning to do that anyway for the entire team, and we'll have enough of each item to definitely overcompensate for any of their negatives. And because we're planning to do what we're going to do, we want Decathlon Competitor to go really fast and carry more of these items, get to the people that need health really fast, and leave and enter combat on our terms very quickly, whichever one that we choose. Then we're going to grab Hobbyist Chef, which works well with all the anti-verse weight that we're going to have, and the fact that we're probably going to do farming means that the Hobbyist Chef is actually going to play out pretty nicely, as we're always going to have things to cook. Whether that's meat or what have you. Self-defense works super well with a bunch of light melee weapons. As you'll see, it actually does 3 damage per hit. On big weapons that swing slow, doesn't matter very much, but on very light weapons that swing super fast, it's 3 damage per hit. It stacks up very quick. Lowers all the breakpoints of enemies before they die, so this actually helps out well. Weathered makes us a little bit closer to immune to all environmental effects. As you'll see in a second with our armor, it's definitely going to matter. Because you have all the medical stuff, you probably want to be able to deliver it to people when they need it. So you're going to need to probably go really fast, and that's why you're probably going to want to get one of these bikes relatively early on, so you can begin converting your calories into sprinting experience, and that way you can start going out and rezzing people really fast and healing people really fast and dealing damage really fast and going all over the map really fast and begin resembling some sort of angel-like character from another game that may or may not exist. Since you're so mobile, a lot of different characters from different video games actually take their mobility and use it to not just to deliver a bunch of healing really fast, but a bunch of damage really fast. And so you can actually just piece together... Oh, excuse me for just a second. Alright, we're back. So I realized that you're probably going to want to focus a lot less on ranged, since you're able to move into melee combat range very quickly, faster than your enemies can get away. So having really good melee weapons is really good. So grabbing something like the Stun Baton, the Volt Staff, Hardlight Saber, Hardlight different items like the Spear, or the Ramrod would actually be pretty good. But that's not really what we're doing. I'm looking for more hit and run tactics. So big burst damage. That means explosive sledge. Literally some of the highest burst damage in the game once you get a handful of explosive cartridges. Which allow you to do, I believe, a total of 180 damage in one shot, in one swing with the explosive sledge. And when you combine it with the fact that you're sprinting, you get really, really close into melee range super, super fast, and then do a power attack into their face. So as you can see here, come here, buddy. And then I could just leave. I could then go resurrect one of my friends or heal one of my friends with a healing item. And this is essentially just a quick banhammer command. Leave, go heal a friend, and come back. So we're going to need a specific armor set for that. I chose something that made me even faster. And because of carrying so many items on me, you're probably going to want something to help reduce all of that weight and have as many slots as possible. So, I mean, yeah, you can start to see, like, there's a lot of little pieces that are coming together very, very quickly. Because you're a one-man ambulance, you're going to want a ton of these needles here. You're going to want as many healing items as possible. You're also going to want to carry a bunch of these anti-rad, rad-away, essentially, you know, syringes that help get rid of the radiation. You're going to need some bandages. You're going to need all that. You're going to need to be carrying your splints. Then I just decided to add a handful more of, you know, the basic utilities, you know, the gate NVGs, of course, your vacuum, your construction gauntlet, your teleporter, such and such. And for soup and your food item that's on your hotbar, I always just toss in the arm and leg stew, so that way you move faster, you can carry all your items, you're not weighed down so much. And in terms of moving fast and your trinkets, I just included a sigil of the hearth, so that way you can move faster and your friends get all of the ammo, since they're probably going to be the ones carrying the most guns anyway. While you're carrying all the healing items and doing like the melee combat thing, you might as well just have a sigil of the hearth. It makes you even faster. It already does the thing that you want, even more. And then it helps your friends too, so you're even more of a support class. And the fact that you can now, with a swinging sensor, also self-heal, self-res, you can just res all day. And that's plenty fun for me. I have a big, I'd always keep a void chest in here just to give me some extra stuff, some extra utility. And in the hotbar, I just include the gravity dampener. I will include in my shield bar no actual shield, because I can't really often use a shield anyway. I just decided to have in my offhand the Interfector Qatar, sorry. And this can pair well with a perfectly good little pistol and deatomizer if you want. With all of this, I get like this really fast moving character that has Gamma God on now. So Gamma God, if you don't know, this armor actually will let you move faster as you're being irradiated, and the higher your radiation level is on your person, like on your body, in other words, the highest this radiation tingle is, it heals you faster. So carrying around a bunch of Kiz Colas makes you move around really fast. And you can keep it really high by just like using one of these to only reduce your total radiation by 10, and it slows your radiation buildup over time. So you can actually keep it very close to about 34%, I believe is what the wiki said, and that's before it actually starts really messing you up, and allows you to have like the highest movement possible before it really just sort of tapers out. It apparently has a cap that's not much higher than 34% anyway, so having these is perfectly good. And with your void chest, you can just stock up more on even more things for healing if you really want, and have essentially an extended inventory space. Since this build is sort of based around the idea of crafting a bunch of healing items, we should probably talk about how you're going to get all of those healing items. And there's some obvious ways. Well, the most obvious way is to make a giant farm with all of the huge plots and really fill that whole place up with antiverse wheat and just make endless amounts of wheat. If you're starting a brand new game, obviously that's not really the easiest thing to do, and it would take a very long time and a lot of effort to make your build come online. Don't worry about it. There's actually multiple sources of antiverse wheat throughout the facility and in the portal worlds, so you can actually get a healthy stock of antivirus wheat by just going to all of the portal worlds and just waiting for them to reset, take all of the wheat, and leave. So you can have a plentiful supply without actually needing to farm early on. Second, I would suggest growing potatoes, because I just like potatoes. You can easily convert them. They're one of the only farmable resources that actually can be dismantled and turned into bio scrap immediately. The rest have to be allowed to rot first, and then you can convert the rotten food into bio scrap by scrapping it. Otherwise, it just turns into seeds. The eggs turn into seeds, the grab turn into seeds, tomatoes, pumpkins, all of this just turns into seeds. It doesn't actually turn into the bio scrap that you're looking for to make the syringes. You're also going to want like some honey, you're going to want a few things here and there. Okay, you have your bio scrap and you have your antivirus wheat. You should have everything that you need to really go through the game. You can now fully stock your 1